Hey, just putting this in at the top of the show because we put this episode together a while ago, and then all of a sudden the government went and finally released the results of the GRA consultation, and Liz Truss announced her actual plans for GRA reform. So, had to add something at the top to reference it because it would be pretty fucking weird if we didn't. But we haven't put together a full analysis of anything because, to be honest with you, I'm too fucking angry. The plans for reforms, thankfully, do not feature a bathroom bill, like many of us feared, but they essentially equate to the GRA being left almost entirely as it is. 5 years ago, I covered the evidence sessions from the 2015 Trans Equality Parliamentary Inquiry, and I believe that I was the only journalist there, and I was barely a journalist at that point. I didn't know how to report anything. Other people may have reported on it, but I didn't see anybody else except me there. It was there during that inquiry that the GRA reform thing really kicked off, and I watched as the government chose to make GRA reform a thing because they believed it would be an easy fight and an easy way to improve trans people's lives in the short term. But honestly, they were doing it because they wanted to rehabilitate the Conservative Party's image on LGBT stuff, and they were riding a pretty good wave at the time because gay marriage had only been a thing for 2 years and they wanted more of that. So they thought that they could use us. Then I saw that they faced resistance when the press and the people in their own fucking party started giving fringe weirdo wankers a platform where they essentially put out the fiction that birth certificates are the thin line protecting cis women from being sexually assaulted. And that nonsense won. I watched it go from a minor inquiry that nobody gave a fuck about to a national shitfit because cisgender people seemingly believed birth certificates stop rape. Over the summer, Liz Truss tried to get the cabinet and racist liar / Prime Minister Johnson to agree to something much worse. A fucking bathroom bill. She leaked it to the Times. That isn't speculation. She actually did that. I know it for a fact she did. Because the cabinet got spooked when suddenly everyone who had ever met a trans person started sending them emails and letters, and Truss hoped to stir up support for her bullshit bathroom bill from the public. But thanks to all the work done, all the letters, the campaigning, the lobbying and the protests, the cabinet shut that shit down. But her plans directly caused a significant uptick in the amount of suicidal trans people that approached me and the pod in general through Twitter, the Discord or whatever. The trans community stepped up, but the things Truss did certainly damaged the mental health of many people out there and probably got people killed. Over the last 5 years, I've read suicide notes all over the place. I shouldn't have read them, and they shouldn't have been shared, and I told them they shouldn't share them. But they were shared and I read them anyway. Everyone mentioned the toxic media landscape that came as a result of the government wanting to score some easy LGBT cookies and then bailing the second it got hard and letting the press lie about it for 4 years. People died. I know people who died. I almost died because cisgender politicians and cisgender journalists and editors used us for their own fucking ends, and I cannot stop thinking about those people who would be with us today if this never happened. I don't know what reforms would have been worth, the cost to all of us and the cost to those who are no longer with us. But doing nothing? Fuck you, Liz Truss. And fuck anyone who voted for these fuckers who have left hundreds of thousands dead over the last 10 years through austerity and through shitty, horrible management of COVID-19. I am so angry, I can't even bear to open the consultation results. I literally tried to watch Liz Truss take questions on this in Parliament just now, and I couldn't get through more than 5 seconds of it without closing my browser in disgust. So this is my long-winded way of saying next week we will have analysis. This week I'm going to be trying to get my rage down so I can actually do that analysis without punching holes in walls. But till then, look after yourselves and try to remember that we aren't alone. It can feel that way, but the honest truth is we have allies, and I know the amazing cis allies we talk to over the next 2 episodes will be just as angry as I am over this. So please sit back and enjoy our chats with cool people who have gone above and beyond for us. I know I will be trying to think of them and think of the other people that have been with us over the coming days. That's enough rage for now. Enjoy the episode!